the far right still lying and coming up with conspiracy theories about these terrorist attacks. And I talked to Ron Filipowski about this. This is Tom Homan on Fox News claiming that both of these incidents in Las Vegas and New Orleans are connected. And then he's pressed on, well, where are you getting this from? And listen to his response.
Just to circle back there, you said earlier, and you just referenced again a terrorist connection there in Las Vegas. The police chief said they haven't identified that. But to your point, you said you believed as this investigation carries out in Las Vegas that I believe you just said you believe they will find a connection. Do you have any other information, or have you been privy to any other information other than what we just directly heard from the police there in Las Vegas?
No, I don't. This is a gut feeling. I've done this for 3.5 decades. I just think there's too many similarities, too much coincidence. I think something down the road they're going to show there's some sort of connection, whether it's this, they got whether it's some same network or where they got the tools to pull these terrorist attacks off. I just feel like there's going to be something down the road, and I could be wrong. It's just a gut feeling I have.
Got it. Well, we know that they're going to keep us posted as that investigation continues. And Tom, we appreciate your time today. Thank you very much. See you again soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Well, I'll give him this. He definitely has a gut. I don't know if it's a feeling, but he definitely has a gut. Whatever happened to responsibility? Whatever happened to waiting until more information comes out? I'm going to tell you this right now. There will be no correlation, and there will be no direct connection between what took place in Las Vegas and what took place in New Orleans. You don't have to be a scientist. Now, police officers have to say, we're not ruling it out. They're still investigating. This was a guy in Las Vegas that was depressed. This was a guy in Las Vegas that was mentally ill. This was a guy in Las Vegas that just found out that his wife was breaking up with him. He was depressed. Clearly, he was suicidal. It's why he took his own life before the car exploded. Now, why he wanted the car to explode after taking his own life, we don't know. We might never know the answer to that, but this was someone who was suicidal. I don't believe he was trying to kill thousands of innocent people. Now, why he exploded his vehicle is still yet to be determined. There is no direct correlation to this and what took place in New Orleans other than the fact that they soon used the same rental car company, Turo. Who cares? What happened in New Orleans, it appears as though the information that we have learned is that this was a guy who was born in Texas, not a migrant. He served this country, seemed like a fairly intelligent, normal guy. But over the course of the last 6 months to a year, for whatever reason, his business was tanking. He owed a lot of money. He was in a lot of debt. His relationships were tarnished. He wasn't talking to a lot of people. And somehow he was radicalized by ISIS. Now, whether he did that on his own and he was just watching videos or whether people were radicalizing him is something yet to be determined. And if people were radicalizing him, then guess what? They need to be accounted for as well. But it seems like this was a guy who, again, lost it. He was losing his business. He had no money. He was in a lot of debt. His relationships were being tarnished. He threatened the life of his own family. He absolutely lost it. And he decided to go out, rent a truck, and kill as many people as possible in a short period of time. And sadly, one's too many. He killed at least 14. These are both Trump supporters. Let me repeat. They voted for Donald Trump. They are both Trump supporters. Well, Brian, why are you making this political? I wouldn't have made it political, and I wouldn't care who they voted for if the right wasn't lying. That's all they do is lie. This wasn't a migrant. This wasn't George Soros involvement. This wasn't Joe Biden. This wasn't because of open borders. And these weren't even Democrats. The guy in Vegas was a staunch Donald Trump supporter. How do we know this? Besides voting record. Everybody in his family have said he was a huge Donald Trump supporter. Yes, his ex-wife was not. Who cares what his ex-wife thought? And yes, this guy in New Orleans was a registered Republican who voted for Donald Trump as well. So the migrant stuff was a lie. The stuff that these are liberals or Democrats was a lie. All lies. That's why I point out that these were both MAGA Trump supporters. Now, maybe the guy in New Orleans wasn't a huge MAGA guy, but we know the guy in Vegas was. So stop it with the nonsense. And if they were Democrats or liberals, all you would hear 24/7, oh, look, it's another liberal. Look, it's another Democrat. Just like they lied about January 6th and they said it was a bunch of Antifa liberals and FBI agents dressed up in MAGA outfits. All they do is lie.